Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle, and now I'm going to be going over Bethesda's 2017 E3 conference, where they pretty much showed every game, every IP that they have in Bethesda Land, which was kind of cool, and everything that they showed is coming out this year in 2017. That is pretty cool. I do like seeing what's going to be coming out like much later on, but having all these games coming out is pretty crazy considering they do have a lot of IPs. Although I was under the impression that we were getting a new IP from Bethesda, like a new open world game that they were working on. I guess I was wrong. I don't even remember where I heard that, so I have no idea how much was into this rumor. Obviously nothing because they didn't release anything. Maybe they're still working on it, but they just haven't announced it at E3 because it's coming out after 2017, and they would just wanted to focus on this year. So anyway, they started it off with saying that they are coming out with 2 VR games. So they're bringing 2 of their franchises to the VR, one of them being Doom and the other one being Fallout 4. VR in Doom, and then they call it Doom VFR, which is pretty good. Because I could just imagine what they mean by that. And if I was playing Doom VR, that would be the scariest thing ever. I haven't played the newest Doom, and I really do want to pick it up. But if I was playing like Doom 3, where you have to switch between either having a light or the gun, that'd be scary as hell. So yeah, Doom VR would be insane. Fallout, I'm not the biggest Fallout fan. It's okay. It's an okay series, but I probably wouldn't pick this up on VR. Doom, I'd be tempted if I had VR. I don't have it yet, and I think I will eventually, but I'm not in the mood to jump into VR just yet. Next up, they do have Elder Scrolls Online, the new Morrowind expansion or game that they're kind of making. It's still technically Elder Scrolls Online. It's just that this is the next iteration. I'm thinking it's more like an expansion. Looks really awesome, and they kind of just had reactions of people seeing the trailer kind of thing. Does look really good though, and I really do need to get into Elder Scrolls Online, but I feel that once I play that, I'm not going to play anything else, because Skyrim was bad enough. And now online, but Jason from Team Beardage has it, and Kevin, if we can convince him to get it as well, that's gonna be trouble. So they had that. Then they showed something called Creations Club, which is for mods for Skyrim and I think Fallout 4. I think it's those two. I could be wrong though. Basically, just being able to create content with other, like, just creators. And I don't really know how that's going to work, like if they're going to get paid for a certain amount. I don't really know, but it gets all integrated into your game right away, and then you're able to get achievements and things like that still with these specific mods by the looks of it. That's what they were saying. So kind of interesting. Not really something I'm really excited for. Then they showed Elder Scrolls Legends trading card game, which is coming to Android and iPhone. I guess last year they had it on other things, and now it's coming to Android and iPhone. I don't really care. Trading card games are not amazing. They're cool here and there, but not something I get excited for, and I will not. I don't play anything on my iPhone. I don't think I ever will. I don't have time to be playing on my iPhone. My town, I drive 3 minutes to work. And if I want to go to the end of town, it's probably 6. And I'm going 40 kilometers an hour because that's the limit in town. So everything is very nearby. I don't have time where I'm just like messing around on my iPhone. Next up is Skyrim on Switch. And I really like this trailer because it was Skyrim with really happy music for some reason. Because it's Nintendo. We're finally getting a Nintendo like Bethesda game. And an Elder Scrolls game specifically, sorry. That's what I meant. I think we've had Bethesda. Have we had Bethesda games? I can't think of anything specifically, but I'm sure that that's happened before. Anyway, and then they also said that there's amiibo connectivity, and you got to have the Master Sword in Skyrim and dress up as Link as well. It was ridiculous, but funny as hell, and I wouldn't say that this would be like the reason why I'm getting Skyrim on the Switch. I just really want to play it on a handheld. That's my main thing, and I'm fine with triple dipping into this game. I have it on Xbox 360, the limited edition, or the special edition, whatever, collector's edition that has the big gigantic dragon, which is just behind me. You probably can't see it in the video though. And I bought the special edition or the remake remaster, sorry, on Xbox One, and I'm probably gonna get it on the Switch just so I can play on handheld, really looking forward to that. And I'm interested to see what else they're going to include with the amiibos. Like, they showed just a Breath of the Wild amiibo, and I'm curious to see if, like, you could have Mario and dress him up as Mario. I don't think I'd really do that, like, for my actual game save file, but I'd like to see it, because it would look pretty silly. Master Sword would be kind of cool, though. Then they showed, I believe it's Dishonored DLC, like Dishonored 2 DLC, which I still haven't played the first one. I have it. I picked it up on, like, a Boxing Day years ago when it first came out, the first one, and I still haven't gotten down to it, so I do have to play that game and then play the second one and then this one. And people are saying that this going for the I don't even remember what it is. Outlander, was it out? It starts with an O. I think it's Outlander. I could be wrong. It is like really big for the Dishonored series, like if you know what that is. Then they had Quake Championships, which looked awesome. I mean, it looked exactly like Quake, not super polished or anything like that. It just looks like massive amounts of fun. And I didn't know if this is like a new game or just some kind of championship or tournament that they're having in August and you get to play Quake. Don't really know about that. But cool that they were bringing back Quake Championships, I guess, that they said started back in 1996. And maybe that means that if this isn't... I don't think it's a game that we can just kind of like all play other than like to practice. I don't know enough about Quake Championships. They kind of just announced it. Then they showed Evil Within, Evil Within 2, which out of all of this, honestly, probably I'm looking more forward to the trading card game than Evil Within 2. It's just not my cup of tea. The thing with horror games is that when you go crazy out there and you have things that are just coming at you from everywhere and it's just so unrealistic, it's not as scary. If it's specifically zombies, if it's specifically demons, if it's specifically things that don't mess with your mind, messing with my mind is not scary, because if it was happening in real life, yeah, that'd be scary. But like in a game, tone it down to the most realistic things that could happen and start ramping it up later on. But like they're just throwing everything at you at the beginning, and it's kind of like, well, it doesn't freak me out 10 hours into the game because I saw it in the first 5 minutes of the game. So to me, a horror game is the atmosphere of the tension of not hearing anything, or the survival instinct of I have like 10 bullets left and I don't know where I have to keep moving and I don't know what I'm going to see later on out there. It's the unknown. It's not the creepiness of just having all these weird things and nightmarish things come at you, because you'll get bored of that after a while. Anyway, that's probably much more of a rant that I went into that I needed to. If you like Evil Within 2 is probably more up your alley. Not my thing. And last but not least, Wolfenstein 2, which looks really good. I was astounded by the gameplay. The story mode, not so much. I thought that was a little bit too silly and over the top for the most part, but the gameplay, my God, does that ever look good. And I still need to pick up the 2 new Wolfensteins that came out. I think it's like, one of them's the New Order or something like. I can't remember what they're called. The Old Blood or something. I can't remember. But they came out with the game, and then they came out with like an expansion that kind of had like its own release as well. Really have to pick those up because I've heard so many good things about about that. I've had a few people on here that have told me, you got to check this game out. The new Wolfensteins out. They're amazing. So I have to pick up that and Doom. And so that I can play Wolfenstein 2 because the gameplay looked absolutely insane. I'd probably say Wolfenstein 2 out of everything that they showed. Well, Elder Scrolls Online would be the top one for me, but they didn't really show that much new stuff that I'm aware of. They just talked about it and showed reactions of people. They might have showed a few new things. I'm not sure. Like after the reaction videos, they kind of showed like just like a pan shot of all these different locations and a bit more of like going through the different dungeons and things like that. And I don't think that... I think that was new, or at least new for me. I had only seen the original Morrowind announcement trailer where they have like the bear and stuff, and it's more just the cinematics, not so specifically gameplay. So probably Elder Scrolls Online is what I'm most excited for. But I think I'm just going to get the regular Elder Scrolls Online because it's relatively cheap. Play it, see how I like it, and if I like it a lot, then I'll pick up Morrowind, that expansion down the line. And Wolfenstein, that looked really good too. But I watched this and I was like, damn, I gotta get Doom. I gotta get beat the Dishonored 1, then get Dishonored 2, Got to get some Wolfenstein games. Got to get Elder Scrolls Online. I'm so behind in terms of Bethesda games that I really need to pick up my game here. I was pretty happy with this. Not overly thrilled, but there's only so many things that Bethesda can do with the IPs that they have. So considering how many that they have and that they're just one company really with a bunch of different divisions working on all these games. But that's not bad at all for what they're doing. And all this year too. That's pretty crazy. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. And we got Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo left to do. Not bad of an E3 so far. I'm feeling pretty good with 3 down and 3 left to go. Anyway, you've been Bearded In. Talk to you next time.
Beardage.